Koinant, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know, it was only yesterday that I covered the absolute appalling state of the magistrates court in Pinetown. And now we learn that the High Court in Durban is in a similar condition. Quite disgusting. Bird lice, cat feces, dead pigeons caught in nets and dysfunctional toilets and air conditioning. That's what staff and members of the public experience at the Durban High Court complex, where much-needed renovations have been delayed, leaving those who frequent it fuming. The place is not befitting a place of justice. The court is so unhygienic, a prosecutor told the paper, calling the delay in the building revamp a total abortion. Renovations of the century-old building was set to commence this month, but a notification by the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Public Works advised that challenges had been experienced in the issuing of the tender, and the process would now be delayed by more than 4 months. Now, I guess those challenges are because the mates have missed out, so they're probably going to re-tender and make sure that the mates get the deal. That's how it works in the modern South Africa. The prosecutor, speaking on condition of anonymity, said the court was in a poor condition and the revamp should have been prioritized. There were times when the air conditioners had to be switched off during proceedings because of the noise they made, the prosecutor said. In summer, to have the aircon switched off is unbearable, especially when we have to wear court garb and suits underneath. Added to this, the toilets are sometimes unusable. There was a time when the females' toilet were out of order for weeks, and the women had to use the gents' facilities. In a letter sent to affected parties, Durban High Court manager Carleen Marais said arrangements were made to move the criminal courts to the 12th floor of the Durban Magistrates Court building to make room for renovations, and they plan to start sitting there with effect from Monday. The delay, he said, has now put the office in a major predicament. She said the tender for renovations and additional accommodation was meant to be advertised during the first week of the month, and the move of the criminal courts had to be scheduled before awarding the tender. Marais said, the move was scheduled during the recess, as this would have caused the least disruption to services and would allow for courts A and B and L and the grill area to be immediately available once a contract was awarded. However, a telephonic inquiry by the provincial head of the Office of the Chief Justice revealed that the process would be delayed. Marais said confirmation was received in writing that the tender advert date would be moved to probably the end of the next month. This, by implication, would mean that the tender might only be awarded in December 2018 or January 2019. A High Court prosecutor said court rolls prepared by the Director of Public Prosecutions for the move, as well as witnesses for the accused, who was subpoenaed to be at the Magistrates Court building, would be affected. First we are told we're moving, then we are not. All cases will have to be redirected back to the High Court. We have to redo subpoenas and redirect the accused who have been warned for Durban's Magistrate Court. Another prosecutor said High Court is housed in a beautiful building and that intended renovations would make it a highlight in Durban. I personally don't mind having to wait in the long term. It would be beneficial to everyone. Everyone wants it to be done quickly, but that is how the construction industry works. I'm sure the end result will be worth the wait. Marais said the move to the Magistrate Court would not only cause an inconvenience to the regional and district court magistrates, but would impact on the sitting of court and court hours. She said the moving with the full knowledge of the incurred delay would be a waste of resources, knowing that the High Court would stand empty. She said prosecutors, administrative staff and magistrates would be inconvenienced for a further 6 months, as magistrates would have to vacate their chambers and courts and make provision to hear matters in chambers because of the lack of courtrooms. Marais apologized for the postponement but stressed it was in the best interests of all involved. So there you go. Nothing is being maintained in South Africa, and that is self-evident. And if you do live in Durban, I'd love you, if you are able to, just go in and take a bit of video about what's going on in the High Court in Durban. Thanks, guys. Take care. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for updates, and have a great evening.